Hey everyone in the Life Uncloseted family, thanks for tuning in today. It is time once again for a Riff and a Rant. I'm Rick Clemens, your host, and I've got to say I know these people. And that probably doesn't make a lot of sense to you, but I know these people who are crying out on many levels in our world right now. The people who are crying out that they are being the victims, the people who are crying out that they're the ones being attacked. These are the people who are crying out that only their way or the highway is the correct way. And I'm not saying you can't have those feelings, because there's going to be some of you who are going to listen to this today and go, but aren't you doing the same thing, Rick? And probably I am to a degree. I think we all do this stuff. We all play the victim. We want things to go the way we want. We want people to be on our side. This is human nature. But what I mean when I talk about I know these people, and this relates to a blog article that just got published on the Good Man Project that I just wrote. So I'm going to have a link in that to that article today on the podcast page here. But here's what I know. When people don't love themselves, or when they love themselves too much, and yes, there is the too much piece, then they don't connect with humanity. They don't connect with the greater good. And it's pissing me off, because these same people are the same people who wouldn't accept me as a gay man. They wanted to tell me I couldn't be who I wanted to be when they weren't me. They wanted to tell me I couldn't do the thing I wanted to do most, which was live my fifth self, my life, and be my most authentic person, when they didn't know how to be themselves and be their most authentic person. Now, that doesn't mean I don't think that some of them, probably they are the people who are like, you can't be gay because this is fine. Then you go do your life, I'll go do mine, and love yourself for being who you are as much as I'm loving myself for being who I am. But the ones who then love themselves so much, like our current president here in the United States, he loves himself so much that all he can do is talk about himself. And when all you can do is talk about yourself, you don't connect with humanity. And to me, if we don't connect with humanity, and I'm as guilty as anybody, I'm not saying I'm perfect, then we have an issue. We have the issue that we're experiencing right now, at least here in the US, and I believe in the greater world, where now it is not about connecting. It's about you do as I say, and then we can have a relationship. And I don't believe that's the way we were meant to be as humans. I actually believe the way we're meant to be as humans is love ourselves so that we can love others better. To never love ourselves so much that the only thing we have is our own ego telling us how beautiful we are. Because when we can't do any of that, we will never have a true human connection. Even if that human connection means we don't actually see eye to eye, but we respect that. In fact, one of the instructors at Cal State Long Beach that I used to speak in her class quite frequently when I lived in Southern California, I saw a post that she put out this week, and it made me think how much she loves herself, how much she loves others. She didn't let her ego get in the way, and she's trying to connect. She talked about getting out to vote. And she said, I want everybody to vote. She goes, I want people to vote who are not happy with the way things are, as much as I want people to vote who are happy with things, as happy with things the way they are. And I thought that's really a beautiful communication. It's a beautiful connection. It's a beautiful way of saying, I love myself enough, and I want you to love yourself enough to go stand and do the thing you want to do. So the people I know, and in the article that I wrote, are the people who don't love themselves. They love themselves too much, and they have no intention of connecting with anybody except those who are exactly like them. And as you listen to this today, I want to challenge you, because I'm challenging myself a lot right now with this whole thing. I'm not happy with the way things are. I'm not happy with what's happening in our country. It has nothing to do at the top of the pier for me, or top of the mountain for me, with me being a gay man. It has to do with me being a man that I believe cares for others. And there's a lot of not caring for others going on right now. And I'm coming out of the closet to say, I'm going to make sure that I do everything possible to show others that I care for them and I love them, even if we're on different sides of the fence, because connection is so needed right now. And if you're struggling with this, I want to encourage you to look at yourself first. Because if you're struggling, which I have been, I realized I wasn't loving myself enough in certain areas of my life. And I needed to also put my ego away and not have to be right. I can use my ego to say, here's where I stand, but I don't have to be right. And once I love myself and I put my ego aside to ask myself, how truly human am I being in this moment? And why do I want to do those things? Why do I want to love myself? Why do I want to put my ego aside? And why do I want to ask myself how human I'm being? So I don't become a hypocrite and somebody says, I know those people, and Rick is one of those people. I'm not perfect, nor will I ever be, but I want to do the best damn thing I can do to be the guy who says, here's how I stand, here's who I am, I hear you, I see you, I empathize with you, because we're all human. So that's it. That's my rant and riff for this week. I hope it helps some of you. I hope it helps us connect and help us just be better humans. It's the bottom line. Instead of those who say, I love myself so much, this is the way it should be, this is how it should show up in the world, and I'm not going to connect with you as a human unless you look and act and do everything exactly like I do. So that's it. Have a great weekend, everybody, and we'll catch you next week with another episode of Life Uncloseted. And by the way, don't forget to go read the article, and if you have an idea for a rant and riff, something you want me to speak to, send me an email at rick@rickclemens.com. I'd love to get your suggestions. So take care. Thanks for being my listeners, and we'll catch you real soon. Bye-bye.